But we know I can really make it happen. Hope a nigga never get it twisted with this rapping. I can really pay a killer, make a hit or clap him. I was in the play to play and this shit isn't matter. It ain't too big when a nigga pick and roll, get stole. It's the same shit from before. Niggas should have been got smoked just for switching the. Get money first, from the G shit. Get money first, that me shit. Get money first, this raw shit. Get money first, this sauce shit.
Let's get it. This that go and get it. With no hesitation. This that never quit. Start that elevation. This that process. This that in the making. This that started from the bottom. This that motivation.
Okay, now, much respect to the family. Much respect. I'm not going to hold us up. I know we're all adults and, you know, we want to go ahead and get smooth straight to this. So everybody, we're going to go ahead and get into this show. Of course, as always, you already know I got the best co-host in the world because she does a damn thing. And I want to make sure I introduce my peoples right, man, because that's family right there. So with that being said, everybody, welcome, Miss Ocean. Yeah. What's up, fam?
Hey,
What's going on? You already? How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. It's been a day. It's been a long day.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah, it has. It definitely has been a day.
Yeah.
That's what,
I was into the live and I was saying my prayers. I was like, how did they handle this? Man, haven't I been patient long enough?
Oh man. Yeah, you have. I mean, you know, I would say we all have at this point, you know. Goodness gracious. But anyway, you already know what it is, family. We getting ready to get into this, people. All right. So one thing that I'm learning is get straight to it. So now that we got the formalities out the way, everybody's in the building. I appreciate all of you all for stopping in. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get right on to it. So we're going to get to part 2 of this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack a little bit. All right. I'm just going to backtrack a little bit and we're going to get right to this. All right. So let me see what we got right here. All right. So let's go ahead and pull this video. Hold on. Is this it? Nah, this ain't it. We're going to pull this video smooth up and we're going to see what we got right here. But absolutely, I want to make sure that everybody knows one thing. Hey, if you out here and you still doing the damn thing and you still striving and grinding, this is for you, just from me to you, just because I love us. That's for you. Sometimes you should just go ahead and pat yourself on the back, god dang it. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm about to pull this video up right now. It's just commercial, Lola. Don't worry. I'm just kind of stalling. Boom. Let's go ahead and do this bow. Do this bow. You know what I'm saying? Shit is right here. You already know what we do. All right. Hold on. Bow. Boom. Yeah, we're going to get into it. All right. So let's get past this commercial real quick. So what we're talking about is a man who actually would say, I came home. I saw my woman with another man. And you know what? I don't have no problems at all with that man being with my woman. They can have the house. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, they can have the house. They can have everything. Even though I built it, right? I built this, but they can have everything. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put a move in there. Let's go. Because this right here is spicy. Let's get it. And I thank everybody for tuning in. With that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Lola, you already know the move. Just let me know when to pause it.
Keep it.
No, I seen
That's generally what broke niggas, normal middle class people, that's what it looked like.
Husband died in real life. He died of cancer and he did really, really well. She got his insurance money, nigga. In 6 months, she was paying for another nigga's teeth. With this nigga's insurance money, bro. In 6 months, she was paying for this other nigga's teeth. That nigga was getting his teeth done, bro.
Oh hell no!
Hey, nigga.
I guess I thought it would be more so that even the man on the other end wouldn't want to move into another man's house. Like that was because
Well, I don't know. Jinkies. Why wouldn't? I don't know. Let's keep going.
just would think like this. It's already established. You have kids here. Y'all built it together. It's established. Like as a man, I don't want to be in the shadows of what you and your ex-husband had.
And
like
when
let's
you're
figure
broken-
it out and go somewhere
Kara,
else.
check this out, Kara. You talking about you don't want to be a man in another man's house. I'm another man in another man pussy.
That ain't the same fucking thing.
Not the same.
Time is frosty. That's why you only get one chance to cross me.
That ain't even remotely the same.
Yes, it is. You fuck his bitch.
Is it the same, Lola? Let's just take it from a woman to like, you're a man and, it's another chick. Is it the same? What are we talking about right now?
It's I'm on the side of everybody else on this one. It's not the same because if you comparing it, what we saying is the same way I would feel stepping into another person's house that they established with their deceased ex is the same way I feel if I'm not with a virgin. Niggas know they don't feel like that. Get the fuck out.
Y'all sound crazy.
His house.
Y'all sound crazy. Nigga, first of all, hold on. This is how I know y'all niggas are simps in real life. This is how I know y'all.
You're missing the point.
Simps in real life. Y'all niggas care more about pussy than you care about your crib, nigga. Nigga, think about what you just said. You just pedestalized pussy over a crib.
Cause I hate you coward ass niggas. You a punk ass nigga.
That's crazy to me.
Anton, what I'm saying is a pussy
That is crazy. Think about, and these niggas is actually agreeing in the chat.
Lola, you know what's more dangerous I've learned? Not the person speaking, the multitudes of people upping the nonsense. Lola, how many times have you sat back and you said, bump what they saying? Let me see what this chat talking about. And you go through and you get to scrolling and you like, what?
Yeah, I feel that
You
way
know what I
every-
mean?
I feel that way in the shade room. I don't care what's up there at this point. I just want to see what.
Man, I mean, let's just go ahead and get back to it.
You niggas is weird. Y'all weird. Y'all weird as fuck, bro. I cannot believe that y'all is putting your own bread. Y'all putting a bitch pussy over your own blood. Nigga, you had to go and trade your time in for that shit.
My nigga.
And y'all niggas is telling me, man, get the fuck out of here.
And so what I'm telling you is, listen, you know the nasty shit I did to this pussy.
That's nice.
And you mean to tell me as another man,
Nigga, you know how easy it is to go get another hoe? You know how
Build a
easy it is
house
to go get a hoe?
2K.
Nigga, you can get another hoe that same night. Nigga.
Yes, you can get another hoe that same night, but can you actually find what it is that you chose to get down on one knee and put a ring on the finger of, bro, you're not just gonna walk out your door and just find that. That is an entire process. That is a deep, deep process when you find that. The thing is, when we was just talking about on Soap Live, shout out to him, Miss Polly, the whole concept of marriage is not lasting. This is one of those factors that are included. You know, I don't think we get these things. I'm gonna play it a little bit more. I'm gonna let you get in there, Lola.
Nigga, you can't get another house.
Oh my God.
Build a house. I promise you, you're not going to be that comfortable. A new husband in a house you built. Do you know how much goes into that?
I built the bitch. Fuck the house.
No. But that don't matter though.
Over 20 years.
That was perfect. Lola, get in there while I get past this commercial. You got time.
So let me, if I'm understanding this correctly, conversation is about a female who was married with a man who is now deceased, and she still lives in the house because it's her house now. And because he get with her, now his thing is, I built her. That don't make no sense. The whole premise of the conversation is you're meeting an established woman with an established house that just so happened to be the house she lived in while she was married because her husband is deceased. What do you mean you built a bitch? Like, is this nigga, does he? Listen, I swear to God, I know everybody didn't graduate from high school with this level of incompetence. I know. But am I understanding this correctly?
Apparently, I don't even know if I'm getting this correctly. I have a hard time with this one. So we're going to go ahead and get back to the video. Let's do it.
What you talking about?
A lot of people build houses. And a lot goes into it.
What y'all talking about, man? I built this hoe from the ground up. This hoe ain't know nothing, didn't know how to think, didn't know what music to listen to.
And you put a ring on the finger of that one right there. You know what? You know what? Hold on. We got to give it to him. That's who you put the ring on the finger of? A woman who didn't know nothing. My G, this is for you. Not all the way, though.
What?
Seriously.
So now it's making a little more sense. Not on his side though, but it's making a little more sense. So he's taking the position of the dead husband.
Right.
I'm hoping he is, because he talking about something he built the hoe. It's like, look here, and I said this to you before. Niggas don't build hoes. Hoes are hoes because that's just what they are. You don't build a hoe. You don't even build a woman. At the end of the day, you're supposed to bring out what's already there. So get the.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
I'm just saying, like, get off your own dick with that shit. Like, you built the hoe. You ain't build shit because you took a know nothing type of female and molded her. Like you could have did that with a fucking cat for real. Like, well, technically a cat would have been harder. So that makes it even worse for you. But
I
it's
got
like,
a theory about that. Hey, I'm going to say it when you're done. Go ahead, fam.
It don't take much to mold a sheepish minded person. It don't. So you are not telling me anything when you say you molded a bitch. If you can say you molded a bitch, then she's still the bitch you met her as. She ain't no good level, high level shit now, and you out here calling her a bitch. Like, all niggas know how you really feel about a chick when you talk about them like that. Don't be telling me something you built a bitch.
Exactly. And on that note, Lola, that's when I asked the simple question.
Whose mic is this? You put him on the TV. Go home! Bro, don't. Go home!
Just saying. Let's get back to the video.
Built her from the ground up. This my pussy. You mean to tell me that another nigga can get this pussy, but he can't get it in the house?
That woman ain't gonna make you no money though. You could sell the house. You could rent the house out.
I wanted
boot
to.
them out.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind? Get to woman.
I don't know. I just would think that that would be a thing for guys, but maybe it's not. Maybe for some it's not.
Let's.
You think that would be a thing for us?
Who asked her what she thought?
What? That's a thing for us? Really?
No. Asked her a question.
Who are these guys?
I don't know. I'm just wondering why she even talking about that.
This is wow.
Talk about the general normal Americans. Niggas ain't just building houses by themselves.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad, fam. You got it.
What I'm saying is she's in a conversation about how men see women. And it's kind of obvious that you need to stage left it for real, because your opinion about what you think they should be into and what's a thing literally means nothing to them. And you on a panel with Antoine. He is like the king of telling you your opinion means nothing. Isn't he the one who said he don't, what did he say he don't do with females? Something. I forgot exactly what he said, but this nigga is the king of not giving a fuck about your opinion. But he just offered the opinion, and nobody, I mean absolutely nobody asked for it. And on top of that, it wasn't even necessary. Like, these men are talking amongst themselves, and here you go trying to interject your little piss ass opinion as a female about what is a thing between their legs. Like, this is what I mean by you can see the early signs of a aggressive female. You feel me? But people don't see the signs. They don't see the signs. Imagine a man doing
that. Lola. I want you to
imagine a whole grown man doing that shit.
But Lola, nah, hold on, fam. I want you to peep something. What you just explained is something that you were able to see as woman to woman. We don't have the same vision. We can get caught off guard. It's different. Your entire view is not what it is that I see. We got to remember that. Same thing with men. It's going to be some things like you all as ladies, like you're not going to peep like, oh, you thought he was just being nice. Like, nah, like I know what that move is. Nah, we definitely know how to make the different, to differentiate when it comes to a man, how he sees another man operating and how a woman sees another woman operating. You caught that. I was totally oblivious. I just thought it was not so smart of a statement, but you went into depth. You went into a depth that I will never have the vision of because I will never walk in heels. You see?
Listen, and you know what? I'm glad you said that, because any other time when we see somebody, when I see a man infiltrating a woman's conversation about what's a thing for women, and he ain't never lived a day in a woman's shoes, I already know he part of the Rainbow Coalition. I already know that. But then we gonna sit here and act like she not at minimum. You see what I'm saying? Out of pocket. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta really like take a step back, because as much as people like Anton like to hold people accountable, at the end of the day, like you said, he's still a man. He sees through a man's lens, which is limited. And I don't think a lot of times he want to admit that.
Exactly, because he is used to people coming to him. He's the guy, and sometimes because we're so used to being able to give answers, my father suffered from that same complex too. Sometimes you can be so smart that you don't know nothing. It's a real thing. So sometimes, and what I mean by that is not know nothing, but sometimes us as men, we can get to the point, and I've even found myself, I had to catch myself. And that's why I always say, you know what the proper answer is outside of the actual answer to something that's a fact. Like if somebody asks me, what's the molecules to, water, everything, like break that down to me to the decimal. If I don't know, the only other answer besides me breaking down the whatever components that it makes, right? What is it? H2O, CO2, oxygen. If I don't know how to put that into perspective, then the best thing for me to say is I don't know. That's my point. A lot of us, we just don't know how to, we don't know how to humble ourselves to just simply say, you know what? I don't know. Hey, how about this? We got the internet now. Let's both look the information up together. I don't want to sit here and mislead you and misguide myself.
Yeah, don't say that.
Right. Just sometimes just say you don't know, bro. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay to say that. You know, no, nobody's going to look at you like you super. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, you will actually be looked at as more wise at that moment. Your wisdom would actually be excelled in that person's eyes if you know the times when to say, I don't know. Let's get back to the video. Hold on. There we go.
Need the wife's income to pay for this motherfucker too.
No.
That's what most Americans are.
Get them, Q. Get them.
Don't say no, nigga. Most Americans need a motherfucking another nigga in the house to help them take care of shit.
But in this instance,
now, Lola, do you remember the discussion I had? Let me let him rock out real quick, and I want you to tap in on this because I know you got something to say about this part. Let me let Q rock out for a second.
the man built it though.
You're talking about outliers, niggas that can take care of shit. You're not just talking about the normal American. Anton talks about it all the time. Most niggas is getting married because they need motherfucking help in the house.
So would you?
Most Americans are fucking broke.
Would you?
All right, so with that being said right there, Lola, you remember the discussion I had last night and how, no names, right? Out of respect. So you know the discussion I had last night and how it was about like, nah, men ain't worried about women's money. And then I asked specific questions and you know what I'm referring to. Could you give me your tap in on what you heard since you weren't here?
Okay, so.
But before we do, I have to, because with all of this going on, sometimes you just gotta laugh and thank God for the craziness.
God have mercy upon us.
Yeah, I just real quick. Go ahead, Lola. Go ahead.
Okay, so from what we were seeing, I'll say this. The issue was there's a trope that black men don't need black women's money, or men don't need women's money. All they need is their quote unquote, submission, and that's it, right?
Femininity, fit, friendly and feminine. That's it. Forget your check.
Correct. However, we all know that generally speaking, femininity doesn't thrive in poverty. Femininity doesn't thrive in war. Femininity doesn't thrive in stress. Things like that. You won't get feminine out of that. For what you think feminine is, that's not the formula for that. However, what a guy will also say, who will say this is all men don't need women, they'll also say, well, the standard of living is $60,000, but the average person makes under 50. But then they'll turn around and act like, oh, well, no, we don't need them, because it's almost like saying the only people who need to get married for financial reasons are women. And that's an old age issue right there. Like, there was a time where women, resources were hoarded from women, so it forced them to have to get married for that reason. But that's not the case anymore. In fact, it's more so the opposite. But more so, I'm not saying it's absolutely like that, so y'all don't come for me, but it is like that in a sense.
Don't worry about them. Well, I mean, with that being said,
is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
But it is what it is. Who cares what it's sad, nigga? Like, that's easy to say on your fucking high horse, nigga. That's bullshit, nigga. Most niggas is broke. Fuck you mean?
It's not a high horse.
My kids are always asking me to cook French fries.
I don't see it more so. I need to get premium. I'm going to get that this month. I don't see it more so as most people. Well, I don't know. Lola, the thing about it is that makes it so fascinating. Let me get through this commercial. The thing that makes it so fascinating is, like, I think on another show, I think we talked about how once upon a time there was something called, what was it called? It was something called middle class. Nowadays, from what I hear, this whole 100K and up thing. Now, mind you, me being 20-something years as a chef, I never crossed the threshold of 100K, but I've lived the lifestyle that a lot of people I know that make over 100K haven't been able to afford. You know, just like how you were saying before, like if you make 100K but your bills is 98, you not winning. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So like me, even though that wasn't the range I was in, I was well over 50, no numbers, but because of how I live and because I know how to manage and because I know how to budget, and I don't have a bunch of debt. I don't accumulate a lot of that. I'm not on child support, none of these things. I don't have student loan debt. I don't have none of that. Got a couple hospital bills, but they don't charge you for that. But point being, because I recognize now that there's really no middle class, Lola. There's nobody who really does actually qualify for that no more. You either have it or you don't. You either have enough to leave out that grocery store every month or whatever it is, 2 weeks, whatever you shop, and your cart is full for what you need, right? Or you scrapping and scrounging. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, Smitty, we got some conflicting data that a lot of people are using, but they're not really thinking of it holistically, right? So it's national data that says the average American, which is 80% of Americans, are living one paycheck away from being homeless. Now, what percentage do you think of that 80% is middle class?
Oh, come on. You know come on now. I would say about 64 or 40, between a 40 and 60% is well over 30. Yeah.
Right. So you talking about a good portion of middle class is actually upper middle class, but technically they one paycheck away from homeless.
Exactly.
Or let's say one mortgage payment away from being home. Like, come on. So when the guy in the video here says most people are broke, he didn't say most people are jobless or most people are living in poverty, even though one could argue that based on the definition. But most people are broke, meaning that you work to pay bills. You do not work to live. You work to pay bills. That's it. Like, at all. So, like what he says 100% correct. But a lot of people on these apps be having something to prove. So they'll take a statistic, right, that don't make no sense to the overall statistics in America and try to prove that otherwise. To say, well, most men are making so much money, and it's like, no, that's not it. It's no such thing. Like even when we talk about 6 figures, most jobs don't pay 6 figures. Most jobs don't, not even by half. So when we talk about 6 figure life is not putting you in no bracket. Honestly, that's saving you from being broke. Not in the low 6 figures. Like if you 140 and under, you no. And don't have no kids and trying to pay for college and not put your kids in debt and a mortgage and deal with emergencies and pay off debt and do the regular stuff. Come on now. Like, again, broke is relative. Broke is not you qualify for food stamps. That's not broke, even though we can say that too. But no, I wholeheartedly agree with him on that. But other people would disagree because they have other interests that they have to push.
Lola, you know why I'm such a frugal man? My bad, I left that up there. You know why I'm such a frugal man? Because one day, while I was playing with my daughter, I think at this time, Phoenix was around 5. And I'm playing with her, long story short. I'm looking at my phone and I see this little headline about how majority of us as Black fathers and mothers, when we leave here, we don't just leave here broke, we leave our children in debt. I never knew about debt being passed down, and they can come knock on her door for my debt. It's the reason why I don't do a whole bunch of extra spending. I stay within my means now. I live wonderful. I live great. I don't ever want for nothing. But the fact is this. I recognize that when I leave from here, just like my father told me, a man is always supposed to leave a garden. As in, I'm supposed to plant seeds, right? As we know. And what I'm supposed to do from that point on is I'm supposed to make sure that when I leave from here, those who come behind me have something to pick from. And we have all sight of that. So forget the whole fact of what you make a year, how much, whatever. I don't care about what you make a year. I don't care about whatever businesses you do or whatever. Just so long as whatever it is that you do, you got something to leave behind. Is that what your true mission is? Everything that I'm trying, listen, I swear on life, these shows and everything, my art, my AI designs and all of that stuff, all of these things that I'm working on and doing is to leave something behind. My daughter's an artist as well. And as her father, I want to continue to inspire her. I want her to see that's my dad's work. You see, that's where my headspace is. So it's all about it at this point, and that's what I'm saying as men. When we was talking about the relationships, marriages, everything, my only mission now that I'm at this point, mentally, spiritually, and physically, I'm now to the point where the only thing I want to do is pour into. And that goes for my family and whoever's in my circle. I want to have something to leave behind. And a lot of people be losing sight of that, Lola. But go ahead and rock out. I ain't mean to go too far.
I did due diligence. If I don't live like that,
No, nigga, y'all don't have no understanding, no empathy, sympathy, none of y'all shit. Y'all niggas got some motherfucking money and looking down on motherfuckers. Niggas ain't got shit like that. What the fuck? Like talking generality. Most niggas don't got shit, nigga.
This ain't got nothing to do with the crisis here in China. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I'm so confused. Like
I am too.
What does that have to do with?
I'm speaking for the normal folks. Most niggas ain't building houses and taking houses.
I'm speaking for.
I'm just gonna say I actually do get what Q trying to say. I actually get what Quentin trying to say. I know what he's saying. Like usually the examples we get, we're so stuck on this like owning, being business owners, 6 figures, everything. The fact is the average individual is clocking in at a 9 to 5 and they pray to God they don't lose their job. And we need to be realistic with life if we're going to talk about it and get anything back into real perspective. Let's keep on going. Lola, you there? You got something to say?
No, I'm here. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I get what he's saying because I know it's true. Most families can't afford insurance. That's why we got all these GoFundMe's when somebody dies. And you would think, why do you need a GoFundMe if insurance is $2 a month on children?
Come on now. Gerber plans, all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's all kinds of different little, yeah, exactly. I would say just as of late, I'd say within the last maybe 4 years now, I had to go ahead and get something established for my daughter as far as something we don't think about, Lola. Most of us, as reckless as we live, think about as reckless as we live nowadays. How many of us do you think left from here? We had a whole will written out. These things, we don't be thinking about none of that, Lola, because we don't think about what should be left behind. We don't think about what am I doing to pour into. That's
well,
not,
people, it goes back to what you said about people not having anything. If you don't have anything, you don't feel the need to create a will to divvy up what your things are into who. If you don't have anything, you passing on debt and you just hoping that, your surviving family members can survive off of whatever you left them. That's
exactly.
That's that's really a problem for real. But it's like nobody's gonna check nobody for real on that right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I get checked on all the time because my father old head, and he already told me most of black wealth comes down through insurance. So make sure you keep insurance on you and the house and your children in case you don't bury your children before yourself. So you know, I don't. It's no reason for anybody to be needing a GoFundMe when somebody passed away. It's no reason why you haven't thought about what your if you have children, that is, if you haven't thought about how your children's supposed to survive without you. You see what I'm saying? You work for your last name, for real. You working for your legacy. You know, that everyday stuff that you might get paid for your little food and little stuff right now. That's one thing, but ultimately you working for your legacy. So, you know, people don't have that mentality, and they definitely don't have that focus. Even if they don't have the money, having the focus sometimes can be the difference. But see, again, everybody relying on grandma, and grandma gone now. You feel me? Now we the elders, and we only like 40 something years old.
Nah, that's true.
What are you talking about?
Oh no, wait. But you're saying most people. Hold on, wait.
I'm sorry.
You're saying most people.
I'm sorry.
Because you keep saying most people. You keep saying most people. It depends on where you live. It's not everybody's not the same.
America. I live in America, nigga. That's where the fuck I live.
Okay. Well, okay. Again, it depends on where you live.
Your house, and you don't stay there, nigga. That ain't your bitch at the house.
That's your house.
It's not
That's your house. Who cares about the woman?
Y'all either willingly are not trying to understand, or y'all just want to be contrarians. I don't know what's going on.
They like crashing
would a
out.
man?
Do you know how much goes
Why
into
would a
building a
man
house?
give up the house?
You're missing the point.
Why would you give up the house?
Lola.
Well, okay. So these people clearly are not business people. They're not business minded. First of all, we gotta understand before we are businessmen and women, we are humans.
Mm-hmm.
Men don't want to create their nest in another man's nest. That's just off rip. No matter if
not even our own fathers.
Correct. Not even your own father. You want to sit and we all have came to that conclusion at some point in our life. So we're not going to play stupid. So with that being the case, if you as a woman you have a house from your late husband and you are remarrying, well, the obvious thing to do is to keep the house that you have with your late husband and get some and turn it into a source of revenue for you and or your family. Now, at the end of the day, there's no shame on you for using the house that you had with your husband for a source of revenue. That's what he worked for. He worked for when he died that you were taken care of. Period. He don't work for him to die and you be single after he died. That's not what he's working for.
Exactly.
So, you know, like people got this strange idea in their head, and the people on this panel obviously ain't thinking but so far ahead. So, I mean, I wouldn't suggest anybody get rid of any investment. If anything, if you turn it into if you repurpose that investment, that's one thing. But getting rid of a house, unless you got other properties and stuff like that, and you're selling the property for profit or whatever, it's one thing. But like, it's not necessary. But anybody that's business minded wouldn't have their spouse sell a whole property that they could make like 10 times the money on if they just kept it.
Nah, that's not. Listen, Lola, and now watch this though. Now, when I made, they messing with me. Hold on, let me do this, Lola. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna do radio talk because they messing with me. So we're gonna do radio talk from this point on, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna listen to the show, but we're gonna stay up on camera, which I think is better anyway. So who cares? But nah, you're absolutely right, because the fact is this: people just don't realize how deep when it comes to the investment part of everything. Listen, when you talk about a marriage, that's why I was even talking on social just now when I was asking the question, are men investors? I'm speaking about a marriage, let alone a home. Listen, not a house. That's the shell of it. What makes it a home is what we invest into it. Our family and everything we put into it. That's what transforms that house into a home, right? Right. The house is just the technical walls and shelter. The home is what you and who it is that you're with adds to it. You see? Right. So let's go ahead and get back to the video.
In the house get took, my nigga. 9 times out of 10, the house get took.
Hey, your kids got pencil marks from how tall they were growing and shit. And these motherfuckers is willing to give up their house.
Maybe this just goes back to like you need to be real mindful of who you marry, because this is what can be created. Because to me, beyond the whole money thing, like I said, with the example that I gave, you can tell that there is an impact on on the kids of what the dynamic of everything is. Now, maybe they would be impacted equally if they move from the house they're in to a new house. Maybe the mom thought it's better for me to move him in and not uproot my kids than for us to go move somewhere else. I don't know. I just know looking at it, it looks crazy. It looks confusing. It looks crazy, and they are impacted by it. So I get what you're saying, Quentin. Like, everybody can't just pick up. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
These the type of niggas to go and live in their car to get themselves back on their feet while their girl got another.
Like, what about?
Oh shit!
A little crazy. Okay, this nigga is at the house with your kids, at the house with your old bitch.
Okay, you're trolling.
Eating at the table you used to eat in, sitting on the couch. And you mean to tell me this nigga gonna be worried about how it look that he's staying in another motherfucking house?
Hey, I want y'all to understand this. For everybody that's agreeing with 2K, right? That's watching this right now. Y'all do know that he making y'all look stupid, right?
I don't, bro. Come on, I'm speaking in generalities. I'm not speaking to me.
Y'all do know that this nigga don't espouse the same. 2K think like me, nigga. Y'all so fucking dumb.
That nigga 2K has the biggest fucking heart, and the niggas that's in the gutter, he remember them niggas, and he ride with them.
God have mercy upon us.
Niggas.
That's cute. 2K, let me tell you something.
Except when he goes to the suburbs.
All fine. We talk at the shows. We talk in real life. You dumb motherfuckers is listening to this nigga, and this nigga is gonna drive y'all into the. You don't think like you niggas. You think that he value a chick over a crib?
I'm not.
Is y'all smoking crack?
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
Know that 2K is trolling you niggas. He's trolling
Yeah, because
y'all.
I don't know that I believe that
And these dummies is
Quentin,
going
I don't know
along
that
with
I
it.
believe that Quentin nor 2K will go move into another guy's house.
I
don't know that I believe
I
that.
wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't. I'm not saying that though, but that's not the norm for that to happen.
Well, that's what I'm
This
talking
is
about.
outlandish, man. This is so
Yeah.
outlandish, man.
Better
Women
have some
ain't
fire
keeping-
insurance on that house.
Women ain't keeping cribs from their ex and moving other niggas in. That's not normal.
Okay, that's what I was talking about.
Hello.
Lola. Oh. There we go. I couldn't find us for a second. I don't know. We got hidden in all of the different options. Let me ask you this. Would you say it's different for women than it is for men when it comes to the whole, like, would you say women feel the same way? Or you
No.
guys?
Not necessarily.
Mm.
We're not trying to live underneath of another woman. Not necessarily we care so much about the sentimental value of being in a house that another woman took care of. That's not that we're not that invested in that level of, focus. Like, not that specific thing, no. Now, don't get me wrong. There could be a few outliers that have that feeling, right? But generally speaking, women aren't wired that way. Men are because they're territorial, but women not so much.
Okay. I like the balance. I appreciate it. Let's go.
That was what I thought was crazy.
2K gonna have y'all niggas calling in his show and using y'all niggas for content. Because y'all done crashed out and did some dumb shit. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna review the shit and I'm gonna make money off the shit of y'all doing some dumb shit because you're gonna be living in your car. And you're gonna be with your head against the fucking wall of the car of the house, listening to this nigga blow your chicks back out in your bed, nigga. And they not even gonna change.
Okay, where's your sound effect?
They not even gonna change. You niggas are stupid.
Go get the money, 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 I got it. Push it, 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 push it.
Man, agree with 2K moved in with the woman. That's the only way you could be agreeing with him because you moved in with a woman.
Niggas.
Lola, where are we? God dang it. Oh, there we go. Lola, I just don't get it. And I will never understand that particular aspect of it. That's just something I want. Now, Lola, I want to show you a picture and I want you to tell me from what you read, what do you get from this picture? Okay. Give me your full response to this here. Is there anything wrong with this, Lola? Or do you find love where you find love? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'll say this. Human beings are creatures of habit. Okay.
Okay.
There's a habit that humans have of reaching for reaching for a little better than where they're at. There's a habit of us doing that. That's what makes us, a little unique on the evolution. And humans will do whatever they need to do, generally speaking, to get there. So sleeping with a 66-year-old woman that want to be 30, that's not a far stretch. But if anybody wants to confuse that right there with finding your true love in person, when there's on top of that, there's lots of money, absorbent amount of money involved. Listen, correct. I got a bridge in Hawaii to Japan to sell you.
That's how you going on the low.
You can walk.
Go ahead.
Yep. You can walk across that joint right now if that's what you believe.
That is funny. That is hilarious. All right, so look, where we at? Boom. Yeah. This is a good one. So I want to go ahead, Lola. I want to get your take on this video that I also did. I told you, and now I just want you to tell me what you think. All right, so Lola, we're gonna go ahead and get right here. Let's do it. And I want you to tell me what you think of this situation. But the thing is, I know you got a lot to say about, of course, you know what I'm saying, the person who is doing the commentary as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's rock out.
It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Absolutely fair use. You guys, make sure you go subscribe to OJ Duke Jackson. Subscribe to his channel. Absolutely phenomenal content. OG been around forever and a day. Support our own because we are all that we got.
And back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Marcus Houston is in a very tumultuous situation. And I believe that most of us guys who are like in our midlife stages, we've seen what the dating world is like. We want something new. We tired of the baby mama drama. Baby daddy got 15 felonies. We're tired of clapping them cheeks, just being over entitled. So a lot of brothers like, look, I'm rich. Let me get something new. Okay. Somebody that's not tainted in the ways of experience.
Let me know when you want me to pause it, Lolo.
Or have kids by other people. Let me get somebody new. And so Marcus Houston decided to do that. Okay. Marcus Houston decided to get with, I believe her name is Maya Houston. All right. And Maya is just like Marcus Houston. She's Jehovah's Witness. Okay. So same religion. And he was older. Now you heard the allegations. He was 17 when he allegedly was introduced to her, then married her at 18, and he was booty clapping it up by the time she was 19, and then it was married. But remember this interview that Marcus Houston said about single mothers.
I'll sit and talk to women, and women that are my age, and they kind of have a different outlook on life. You know, a lot of women my age are very independent. They are very like, you know, I don't need a man to do this for me because I could do this for myself. And I come from a generation that I'm very, very, you know, love to provide for my wife. I love to provide for my woman. And I'm very in that generation, like the old days, you know. I would never want to be with a woman that felt like, oh, I don't need you, or I don't, you know what I'm saying, like that. So, you know, and there's a lot of women my age. I've dated women my age, and, you know, they may have baggage, they may have kids, they may have not. You know, it's just, there's so many.
Lola, you know something? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm trying to let him. I'm trying to let him finish because I got a lot of let's say some pretty straight lines.
Bet. I'm gonna save my question. I got you, fam.
Different women that I've dated throughout my life, and this just so happened to be the one that caught my heart.
So, what was your red flag like when you like dating through all throughout? I know you probably met like some of the most beautiful women in the world. What was some like red flags? Like, no, you're out. No, like a red flag is like, I'm done. Next.
Red flag for me always if a woman had a kid. Nothing against single women, single mothers with children. I respect them. I love them. I feel like that's one of the toughest jobs, to raise a child and to also raise a child by yourself and to be a woman. 100% tip my hat. Respect to the women that are raising children on their own. But just with me, for when I grew up, I never really wanted kids. And, you know, I would talk to my dad a lot, and he would be like, he would always tell me, look, have your own kids, because you never want to have, you know, you don't know what the baby daddy's about, you know, so, you know, if you're going to have kids, make sure as a woman that they never had kids before, you can have your own. So I kind of like stuck to that. So that was always my red flag. But then that's a personal choice.
We all know what happened.
Okay, so can you pause that, please? Okay, you there, Smitty?
I just got some chips.
Okay, so let me say this before it goes on about Marcus Houston. So he says that he's dated women his age and they are independent. Let's put this into perspective. He's a celebrity. So who did he date at 40 something years old that's on his level that isn't independent? Like, for all intents and purposes, why would there be somebody in the industry, your age, in the industry, that hasn't lived life long enough to be stable at 40 something years old?
Like he got like one of the fans that's like 28 and they caught the bus to the concert. He like, you ain't even got to worry about a ride home, girl. I got you.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like he's speaking as a celebrity, saying every time he dates a woman his age, she is independent, as she should be at 40 something years old and still dating. That's number one. Like, he's saying that as if it's something like to not be expected. Like, at 40 something years old, if anybody's still dating at 40 something years old, you better come to the table stable. It ain't about, well, how you feel about being independent. No, you better be stable, period. I don't care what you call it. Like 40 something years old and you broke looking to still get married and you don't have nothing. Yeah, no. Like that's a red flag. That's an actual red flag that he seems to not be able to catch. Now
God have mercy upon us.
2, he says that being a single mother is a red flag for him, meaning this is something that tells him something's wrong. That's what a red flag means.
That's what I wanted to ask real quick. I want you to incorporate this with how you respond. Because you know what I've noticed, Lola? I've noticed that for some strange reason, I noticed that it's considered that a woman with kids is considered baggage. Lola, are your children baggage? Go.
My children aren't baggage for me, but they would be baggage for someone else coming in taking care of them. Yes, that is baggage, but that's not the baggage that everybody might view it as. Some people, for instance, in his case, if you know you don't want any children, why the fuck would you deal with anybody except a woman with children? If you know you never wanted any children, so you're going to get with a woman that don't have no kids, knowing you don't want children, and you're going to force her to have less children than what she want or no children because of this is what I'm saying. He sounds stupid. A woman with children is a red flag, but you trying to go into a relationship with a woman that want kids without kids, and you ain't trying to give them to her. Your best bet is to get with a chick that is around your age, that got kids and ain't looking to have no more, and y'all can just make it work together. That's his best bet. But somehow his father is giving him advice that don't even make sense to the reality that he actually lives in, which is a boy or a man, whatever, that didn't really see making a family as an investment. Now, I wonder where that attitude came from, given his situation. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, that's the contradiction number 2. Red flag, but you don't want any kids. But okay, you have children on your own. Now, also, the idea that he's kind of throwing this whole attitude of independence on age is quite strange. It's really quite strange to sit and say that, to the attitude of I don't need you. And I'm not the older woman that your grandmother was. It's something that only women that's 40 something years old has an issue with, and not women that are younger or even older than him. Like, come on now. Like, this is where we in silly season at. And this is why that nigga is in the position he's in, because he has that attitude right there. Now, let me say something else about O'Shea. Shout out to O'Shea. You know what I mean? However, O'Shea kind of on some double talk right now. When this dude, Marcus Houston, first got married to this girl, O'Shea did a video about this, claiming that black women or women in general is mad because they just old and crusty, and they mad at him for marrying a young woman versus an older woman, and something wrong with them because men want young meat. It's better for men. He was saying that younger women are a fresh start. He had all the praise in the world for this union based on how young she was. 17, 18, right? She still smelled like,
oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
She still smelled like high school hallway. And O'Shea was praising this. But now you see what O'Shea doing right now. He clowning them, and this is what I'm saying. You'll have men who stand behind content creators like that, right, and be influenced. And then when shit like this happen, then they go flip the other way and don't know what position to actually have. And then psychologically, they're spinning in 2 different directions, meaning they're going nowhere. You can't sit here and feel like, yeah, man, you're having a younger woman is weird set because they not like these older women. They don't got an independent mindset. They don't got this. They don't got that. And then you got live examples that you know in your family all over the place that younger women have just as much attitude as older women for the same reason. Like, if you've been around the block a few times, you would know that. But see, in this video here, Marcus Houston he's pointing to this video in the beginning of his relationship and trying to make it seem like Marcus Houston missed something. When in fact, Marcus Houston didn't miss anything. He was fucking on his fans. He felt like he here's the thing. What is Marcus Houston doing single?
Wait a minute, Lola. Wait a minute. He was just doing all the fans.
Let me tell you something. What girl at 17 years old ain't a fan of an R&B singer? Really?
Whose mess is this? You put him on the TV. Go home! Bro, don't. Go home! Go home!
Go ahead, Lola. Go ahead, Lola.
I'm just saying, 17 years old, she's a child. She's old enough to be his child. And my thing is, okay, so you 40-something years old.
I'm 42. My daughter's 16, Lola.
Hold on. He's 42. What is he doing single at 42? With all that money he got, what is he doing single? Is it because there's nobody in the world that could sit and just marry him and keep their mouth shut so they could just indulge in the lifestyle? You telling me you couldn't meet nobody? No, I think you got a personality disorder. And I think that you are more so attracted to the 17-year-olds of the world. And I also think that, yeah, you don't want any children, but strangely, that's what you want to be married to. Strangely, you probably done had that conversation with that girl about you don't want many children if you have any. Meanwhile, she was there to have 4 or 5. That's shit right there. Now, if you let this video play, it's going to get worse. Because I seen, but it's going to get worse. Go ahead.
Down bad as of that. Now, she unfollowed. They are not following each other. She is moving on with her life, working inside other dudes' cars. I want to give a shout out to the brother Sean Davey Way show here on YouTube. He found some information. Okay, he went and he's been looking at Marcus Houston's Instagram, and I want to go over some of the screenshots. Like Marcus Houston's down, but he's going through it right now. Okay, things to keep private, everything. Okay, never force anything, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will be. Don't be too nice to people. People will use you. Maybe I'm hard to love, but I love so hard. So he over here pouring out his damn feelings and shit. And then look at this.
God have mercy upon us.
Look at this girl. Boom! Hold on. One at a time. That's her.
Go ahead, Law.
Did Marcus Houston just take his business to social media to say things need to be kept private? Is he that contradictory?
I believe that's what we all just witnessed. Yes.
Right. Okay. And did he also say I'm hard to love?
That is correct.
Why is he? Here's the thing. Right? When you truly have love, it's a connection of mutual connection, right? It's not a matter of being hard. If it's hard to love you, that means that you're stubborn and you don't care as much as the other person cares. Meaning it's hard to just be nice to you. It's hard to just be you. It's hard to be honest with you. It's hard to be around you. And then you think because she's younger, she feels the need to put up with that, unlike her great grandmother. Nigga, serves you right. This is what I mean, Hunted Watch, when I say personality disorder. This nigga is backwards and forwards in the same sentence and shit. But he thinks somebody is supposed to sit and feel bad for him on some DDG shit. Like, no, fuck you.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
Now you see,
dude, around her.
Go ahead. My bad.
That picture that O'Shea just had up is her, not even a year out, with a new dude. And you telling me that she didn't know him prior? Look at this thing, bro.
No, exactly. Lola. that is like beyond facts. And you know, I spoke about it even when I was talking about like, now I mean, whether people agree or not, that's not my concern. But you know how men deal with love. Exactly. Like usually that's how that go. That nigga been there. You just didn't know he was there. He been there.
Because Marcus was so caught up on her age and how she looked that he didn't realize that, listen, a 17, 18-year-old want to be with somebody just as vibrant as they are. They might like your money. And I've said this too many times. Young chicks deal with older men at a tax of having deep pockets. Other than that, they don't want your ass.
Exactly. No, trust me. You are absolutely smack on point. It's all about what you can pay
right now. That dude that's in the picture. I bet you dude in the picture ain't rolling on all the dochies in the world. I bet you dollars of donuts. He ain't rolling in no dochies, but I bet you she having a
But see, the thing is though, Lola, what a lot of times they don't realize is the men who genuinely really have like wealth, they're usually going to be a lot more reserved with it if you know how to peep it. If you can check and peep their lifestyle and how they live, things of that nature, usually they're more reserved. They're not just coming out and just doing all this stuff immediately, or at least not at the pace in which you feel it should take place. That man is going to literally sit back. He's going to give you, he's going to give to you, he's going to pour into you, but that man is going to pace himself. It's not going to just rush into that. That man is not going to be an open book. That man is going to take step by step his time and what it is and who it is that he's getting to know and what he's getting into. Why? Because that man genuinely has a lot to lose. The dudes, like, you know, like, I mean, yeah, they can just come off ripping like, yeah, I can just do this for you, take you here, buy you this. Oh, he ain't doing that. Shawty, you better really think about some things before you just hop into those type of circumstances. Why? Because that's not hard to do.
But Smitty, why in the world is it that it ain't even been 3 years yet? She the one that caught his heart, like he said, his heart. And then not even 3 years in the marriage, because you know the first year and a half is y'all honeymoon. Like not even 3 years in, she already setting up for the next thing, moving on, unhappy with you. What happened between him and her? Aside from getting married and having a baby, that changed between 3 years ago. Like what really happened? Their relationship changed. This is what I'm talking about. Dudes be out. Marcus Houston is one of them. He out here listening to Kevin Samuel. He out here listening to Coach Greg Adams. He out here listening to all these silly ass motherfuckers. And now you see where he at. Another dude digging on your chick and holding your baby and all that other goofy ass shit. That's what's happening. Oh, because you want to sit and listen to these dumbass people tell you that you deserve a young woman. No, nigga, you didn't want to have children. You should have been looking for a single mother that wasn't looking to have any more children so y'all can have a happy life together without it being based on your money. Like, what the fuck? I bet you that 17-year-old didn't have no college degree, and now you gonna be paying out your ass to her because she was unemployed, uneducated, and now because of the circumstance she can't go nowhere and give that child the life that you was gonna give her. Now you gonna pay for the rest of her life to keep her and that baby at your lifestyle while that nigga beside her with the pants hanging down and shit, him, because that's the one she really was attracted to. She just fucking with you because of your money, but your nose so far open that you can't even see that fans are fans, nigga. Like, seriously, you should have been looking for a woman your age that know what your generation is, that think like you, that understand what you done been through. Shorty ain't understanding a damn thing. But again, keep listening to Kevin Samuels and the likes and see where the fuck that shit get you. This is not because there ain't good women out there. This is because you ain't a good man. Like you said, you are hard to love. Keep being hard to love when love is supposed to be something mutual. Keep being hard. See what happens.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, brother, something, man. You know I love you guys. I don't want to meet y'all. Okay, I don't want to meet you. no time soon. But I love you. Okay, I love you like a play cousin. It sounds that whole idea of let me tell you something, brothers. I live in Africa, okay? And the average age of people in this country is 16. So a lot of the women you come across 21, 24, you'd be lucky if you come across somebody single in 31, 32, things like that. Because a lot of black men, if you're looking for somebody that ain't got no kids. And when you're a 40-something-year-old man, a young woman is a lot to keep up with, brothers. We got to understand that. It sounds cool when she don't really know what's going on and y'all meet at first and I'm dealing with somebody older, but you don't understand you're going through a lot of growing pains with her.
I ran to the fridge. Did you say pause?
No, but I was just gonna say, if you notice what he doing right here, talking about O'Shea, he's sitting here basically telling men, yeah, when you choose a young chick, yeah, you choosing more problems than what you understand. But yet when he did the first video about this, it was all praises and shit. It's like, this is why I don't fuck with real. Like this right here. Like if you stand on anything as a content creator, if you did a video saying, hey, this man got a right to choose this woman, this is what he wanted, these women are better for men because they're easier to deal with, don't come back on that and then say, oh man, you shouldn't have chose her because it's going to be growing pains, because you wasn't saying that in the first video with your contradictory ass all the way out in Africa and shit, fucking it up for people over here.
Nah, Lola, you can't go on them like that now.
Yes, I
Come
can.
on now. Well, yeah, you can. All right, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't see the world the same. Like my mom is about 30 years older than me. That's a big difference, okay? The way my mom saw the world is like how I see the world now. I mean, you know what I mean? When I was coming up, but it wasn't like that when I was coming up. I was hard to deal with. And when you're dealing with somebody who's not from the same generation as you, and you're dealing with a woman that is younger that wants to go out, look, the dude got her dancing in the cars with other dudes, she in the car with all these dudes twerking, booty clap. This is a chick that was a Jehovah's Witness. Man, she's trying to be free. She didn't have them kids.
Here's what you can expect to pay for your tax.
Oh shoot, my bad. I was on mute. Respect to you, Brody. I didn't know I was on mute. That's what she doing.
She's living the life that she's been waiting to live since she's been a teenager. She has been underneath of a religious construct, and now that she's from up underneath it, in so many senses, she want to live her life. Again, she didn't go to college. All she know is high school, having kids, and being married to his old ass. And as you can see by the way he dressed, he don't go nowhere.
I mean,
he don't have no project.
Where hasn't he been? That's the thing about it.
No. It ain't about that. It ain't about that, because he's been all over the world, but now he don't got no new album out. He don't got a whole bunch of money. He's stuck in the house. And he ain't trying to make no waves. He don't got nothing. He ain't bringing in money like that no more. So he in the house. Look at that feminine ass shirt he got on. At the end of the day, he in the house trying to save money. She trying to go out and live the life of a celebrity. He ain't really on it like that, because he done already lived through that shit since he was, 10 years old?
Right.
He didn't come into the game at 20 anything. He's been in the game practically his whole life.
No, come on. First of all, I still got to get used to Marcus Houston. I'm used to Batman.
Yeah, I'm used to Batman, but
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's what I remember. I remember Batman. You know what I mean?
Batman.
I got you.
Like, I mean, I call him Marcus Houston. Just respect him like I respect Caitlyn.
Batman, Romeo, and something, LDB or whatever. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah, I remember that. But he Marcus Houston now. Whatever. It's whatever. I'm just saying, like, hey,
he's never never played the role.
I'll say this: given how old he is and how much he's been through, I bet you dollars donuts, He stay in the house. He's a homebody. He don't go out. He might go to church, and that's it. He don't club. He don't go to a bunch of celebrity events. None of that. But that's what she got with him for. She a child. She want to live the life, the glitz and glamour. Here's the thing. How is she sitting here? I think, she's 18. She's 22, 23 years old right now. Up there twerking with a bunch of men in the car, and she a mom. I'm telling you, Marcus Houston is like many of these people out here that want to claim they deserve a young woman, a woman without kids, not knowing based on their personality type, they don't deserve shit. To get a good woman with kids is a far stretch for some of these Negroes. I don't care if you consider yourself an educated lame or nerd or not.
Yes, it is. 1000% facts. Let's get back to the video. Hold on. There we go. Oh, shoot.
Like, y'all gotta understand that these chicks be bad. Okay. I had one chick that she was just so bad. I would never try to make it so much of a hard body relationship. She liked me too. You know what I mean? She was cool. She still is cool, but she was young. I'm talking about, listen, SPK didn't see her before. The booty is she's like real small. The booty is from like here to Tanzania. If you think that somebody that looked like that just want to be in the house giving birth all the time, when she got every opportunity in this life, she's fine, she's beautiful. Come on now, she's getting attention. No, she's modelish. Man, his wife is fine. She in LA. She's trying to get out there and have fun, see the world, dress nice. She don't want to be just hugged up, bro. You 40-something. You lived your life. You lived your life, man. And if you're going to get a chick, man, you got to get you one of them chicks that ain't, maybe she's a little homebody, but you getting them super bad chicks talking about 19. Russ a headache. It's a headache. It sounds good. But that woman, of somebody with your kids, right? And here's the funny part about what he was saying. Oh, he didn't want somebody with some baggage. Now look, now she got baggage. Listen, man, y'all gotta start thinking that these women are like so much different. You know, you get them and they don't got no kids. You get them, they got kids and all that. Yeah, they just have kids, but it's not a whole bunch. Listen, you think you're a man enough to change a woman's way of seeing the world. It's parents that can't do that, okay? It's parents that can't do that. So no, man. You might think you young. You're not young. That woman is 19, 20-something years old. They're going to all crash out like that. So if you're going to deal with somebody young, you got to understand that. Oh, I got me somebody young. They understand. Well, they ain't going to be young all the time. They ain't going to be young all the time. And who they are going to come out and like, look at Marcus Houston. Now you're mad. And I'm telling you, man, all the time. Like, remember when Judge Mathis Brothers decided he was going to leave his wife? And a lot of us were saying, damn, his wife divorced him, actually. And we were saying, you know what? He should go out and get somebody younger, right? He should just get somebody younger. Somebody 30, 32, all of that. Want to know what? You want to know what?
You serious?
Happened. He's like, nah, give me back my wife. The one I've been with, I can trust. Because it's not easy dealing with people, man, out of your generation. It seems cool, and it can be cool. But if she is super young, if she's super bad, and she's in the prime time of her life, that woman is not trying to be in the house with your ass. She might want to later in her life, but in the prime time of her life, she's 23, 22, 21. Maybe she like 28, 29, 30, something like that. But 19 out of high school? Hell no. Listen, baby, you come back when you a little young. You know what I'm saying? You 19? Okay. No, I can't even really be dealing with you anyway. You baby, but come back when you're 27, okay? Yeah, you know, after you 27. I could just mold her. Boy, only God can mold. You can't.
God have mercy upon us.
Ain't mold no damn woman. Naive. You can't do that. You sound stupid. And now he crying. Now she a baby mom for somebody else that got baggage. Look at you, stupid. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea D. Jackson.
O'Shea need to shut the fuck up for real. Now he wants to sit and call him stupid and shit. But before he was counting that nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here, O'Shea.
I'm sorry. That just made me laugh. I'm sorry. Thank you. But you know how he goes, Lola. I mean, that's just, you know how that goes. But let's go ahead. I got like one or two quick little small topics real quick that I want to tap in on before we get up out of here, Lola. We ain't gonna get held up too much. Yeah. Okay, cool beans. Yeah, So I want to ask you this, right? So since we've been speaking about this whole thing, middle class, all of that, relationships, money, the whole nine. What you say, big dog? There is. Absolutely. There's a huge difference between a good woman and a wife. Absolutely. Marcus Houston was oh man, goodness gracious. Yeah, man. Sad. But look, right, Lola, I'm gonna ask you this. So the topic of money, like how we've been speaking about when it comes to how a man's wealth is seen, right, through the eyes of a woman. And I believe that that's something that has been skewed throughout people, very much so. So the question that I have for you to go ahead and get it kicked off is this. How are you really able to gauge and tell when you're dealing with a man, let's just start it off as far as like he's able to, I guess, take care of you, and not just in the sense of initially like, hey, I'm going to do this, buy that and everything else, like the true essence of when a man takes care of you. And how do you see how a man is stable? You got the floor.
Well, first of all, you got to understand water seeks its own level. Okay? So if you the type of female that you live, in South Baltimore and your rent is like $900 for a 2-bedroom townhouse on that corner on Washington Boulevard and joint, you might feel like a dude working as a shift supervisor at the market, you feel me, is a lot for you because you ain't never had that kind of money. Okay? Now, if he can afford the rent you're paying and everything that you're paying, right? If he can afford that, he can afford you, period. If he can afford that. Now, if you live in a house that's worth about $800,000 and you don't need an $800,000 house, but you just got one because that's just you, and he live in let's say a $400,000 house, right? He can afford to take care of you. Now he might not can afford to pay your $800,000 mortgage, but he can afford to take care of you. These are different things. Okay. If he paying on a mortgage $400,000, you good. Okay. He can take care of you. Now, if you want to, that's what I'm saying. Now, anything beyond taking care of you, which is meeting basic bills, it's like, yo, I'm not really willing to have that conversation because it's like, for instance, with me, I'm not a collector of nothing but expensive software because I'm an artist. But I get that myself. So I don't really have anything that I really look for people to kind of like do for me outside of just basic stuff, because that's my thing, right? You know what I mean? But it's like, when it comes to affordability of a woman, wherever you work in that, right? If a man can afford where you're working to pay your bills or to pay his own bills by himself, and I mean like his bills would be comparable to you there too. I don't mean as in, he can afford to, sleep on his front couch. Meanwhile, that I don't mean that. Okay. I don't mean he don't got no skills whatsoever and he fresh out of jail and shit. I don't mean that. Okay. No. But again, water seeks its own level. That's why I can't put a definitive like label on it to say, hey, what is affordability? How much money is affordability? You feel me? Like, if you want to work, if you want to stay home and take care of your kid, right?
Right.
A man making 60,000, right, will afford you to stay home and take care of your kids. Now, will it afford you to stay home and take your kids in an $800,000 house? Probably not.
Right.
Probably. But a $300,000 house, sure, you can afford that. It's nice houses like that. It might even be. You might even have to wait a few years, let him get himself some investments going on, and then his little bit of money to go further.
Lola, unfortunately, no. It's what you pay for and you set up and you do, and how much you absolutely let that woman know that you can do all of that right off the rip, right off the jump. There is no patience with that. If you don't show that off the rip, you can be left behind on that.
No, okay. Let me say this about women, right? And I'm making this with every ounce of me. If you 30 years old and above, ain't nobody supposed to be giving you shit. If you 30 years old and you still on the fucking market, you better be paying for your own fucking shit. Don't be looking for nobody to give you a motherfucking thing.
No, I'm talking about because honestly, like, if you don't like give gifts and you don't set up certain things.
You don't understand how hard body I'm speaking. At 30 years old and above, no man, if you made it to 30, 35 and you still single, no man owe it to you to give you anything, period. You lived your life single because that's what you had to do, because you couldn't make it work, and that's a you problem. But females that get older like that, and then they get to having kids, and then they get into having debt and all this other shit, and they think somebody's supposed to come in and treat them like they on some 16-year-old getting married shit back in Afghanistan shit, where they got to pay a dowry first before they even set foot in your house. Listen, take your ass to Kabul or Fallujah and get married over there where you really want to be married, because don't nobody owe you shit. If somebody does something nice for you, consider it a gift and shut the fuck up and be a grown woman. Pay for your own shit.
See, that's the thing. That's why I asked, like, what really is like the worth, because, like, for example, like, so I'll say, listen. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, me, like, I had instances where I would just every single morning, thinking about that woman, I would just send her money for coffee. She didn't even have to ask. I just recognized that she had a place she goes to every morning, and I would send her coffee money. I then in turn was told that ain't shit. That ain't no money.
That's a little girl right there for you. A little girl is telling you that you owe her something, and what you giving her is not what you owe her. It's not enough. That's a little girl for you, right there.
But what I'm saying is, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, as far as I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, so us as men, like, if you're told, like, you know what, I take care of everything myself, I don't really want for nothing, I can't be bought, the whole nine, and then you go ahead and you're like, you know what, okay, bet, I peeped that, so I'm going to go ahead and move accordingly. I'm listening.
What is a double-minded man to you?
Say it again.
You know what a double-minded man is, right?
Why don't you go ahead and give me it? Talk to everybody. What you got?
So, as they say, if you try to walk forward and backwards at the same time, right, you will go nowhere. If you are a double-minded man, you'll get nothing done.
I like it. I like it. Okay,
you can't be the type of female that stands on principle that your love is not for sale, and then turn around and stipulate the price of your affection. That's a double-minded woman / double-minded man. That's what that is. You will get, here's the thing. The only place you're going to get with that kind of mindset is single and by yourself. Because people are going to trust what you say at first. And then when they see what it really is, you're going to be single. That's it. Ain't nothing else. It's real simple. That's how that's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, that was just, once upon a time in my life. That was something that I have experienced. And you know, and continuously I was told like everything, no matter what it was I did, that ain't no real money. And so that's why I asked the question. I'm just wondering, what is that? What is real money? I don't understand.
Here's the thing. Again,
like,
if you first of all, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I find funny, right? When people say what ain't real money. Usually people that say what ain't real money be your females that be out here working in healthcare and shit. Be out here on dates looking for crab legs, showing up with bat wings on their eyelashes and weave and shit. And then the ones that don't show up like that, they come from backgrounds where that's all the fuck is in their background, like that ghetto shit. This ain't no real money. Meanwhile, you don't got trust the first in your name. You don't got near acre to your fucking name. Meanwhile, you don't know what the fuck wealth really is, but you want to talk about what ain't real money. $1 is $1. And if somebody give you $1 they didn't owe you, consider yourself lucky, because not too many businessmen is getting money that ain't owed to them. So I'm just saying, like, that's why I don't have no respect for people to do that. They sit there and put a price on their affection or their love or their time on some, well, this ain't enough money for me to do anything with. Who the fuck owe you that? Who we in competition with here? If you in competition with how many niggas can spend on you, go get an OnlyFans. Go on the block. Go walk the block. See how many people can spend money on you in one night. If that's all it is, go do what you really want to do. But don't sit here and tell me or anybody else that I know that money can't buy you. No, that's listen. You use a lie.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was something like, you know, can't be bought in the whole nine, and I'm like, okay, cool. So, but for some reason, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I don't know what happened, because I'm saying to myself, you know, I'm taking you at your word. What you say to me, I'm okay. I believe you. So I'm not going to argue with that. All right, bet. You telling me right now you one of the simple ones. All right, cool. You know, as far as like, you know what I'm saying? You making it clear. You don't really require for much. And then boom, it's like, yeah.
Who do we know that leave chicks at the coffee shop?
I don't know.
You know who leaves chicks at the coffee shop.
What? Go ahead. Tell me. No, because maybe I'm just slow right now.
You know, the first name Hank, last name in the basement.
Oh, cool.
Like, for real. Like men nowadays say, listen, I'm going to take her to the cheapest place possible the whole date and scheme. Now, when I want to marry her, that's when I'll start taking her to nice restaurants. But before then, we'll meet at the coffee shop. We'll go get a sandwich. We'll go on free dates. I ain't sending you no bunch of money. I'm not your daddy. None of that. I ain't your baby daddy. I don't owe you shit. And if I feel like any instance of you needing my money and we don't live together and I don't got your bills on that, hey, yo, I'm leaving you. Period. Right there where you stand. That's the attitude of men nowadays. So I pity the female that want to come into the game talking about what ain't real money instead of looking for what's real love. What does real love look like? Real love is when somebody does something for you and you can tell they put thought into it. I don't give a fuck if it didn't cost them shit. If they put thought into it, you understand what you got. Because a lot of females is out here like Marcus Houston. They in a whole marriage with all the money in the world, but near lick of love nowhere. That's where you can be. But if you with somebody that puts thought into what they doing with you because they care about how you're going to receive it, whether or not it costs a lot or a little bit, at the end of the day, do you got your own money or not? Is your bills paid or not? This is what I mean by don't be getting with no broke bitches claiming anything. Because only a broke bitch want to sit and talk about what ain't real money as if she don't buy her own bag and pay for her own trip. I wish I would complain about some other niggas' money and shit. And I got my own money. I got my father money. I got my grandfather, my great-grandfather money. I ain't looking for nobody money. Like, I don't need nobody to buy me a motherfucking thing. Anything men do for me, they do for me because they being nice, and I appreciate it. But I ain't never taking no attitude like, I need you to prove to me that you can take care of me. Listen, I got my shit to go. The fuck, my kids ain't wanting for nothing.
I mean, really. So I mean, you know, that's just something I was just kind of, because you know, me as a man, you know, I do value what it is, you know, with your headspace and where you are mentality wise. You definitely are of great counsel. Respect to you, family, and I thank you for that. But you know, I was just curious, like, what is it really? Because you know, a lot of us as men, we may not know how to gauge that at times, ladies. We don't know. We don't know what you call or whatever. Now, of course, you know, some would say, well, no, it's the simple fact of like, we, you know, well, Lola, it's difficult, you know, because I understand somewhat, I guess, but I don't. How, you know, it's said like, well, I shouldn't have to tell you. You should just know. Even though I didn't ask, and I tell you that I got all my shit together, I pay for all these things, I can't be bought, the whole nine, but you still supposed to know, like, you supposed to send me flowers randomly, and I'm supposed to get gifts and stuff like that. And I'm, you know how I always talk about it, Lola, as far as this goes.
But
you know,
I bet you dollars to donuts that said female do get gifts, but it don't mean nothing to her. I bet you that, because see, every dude ain't the flowery buying type. Every dude not the giving you money on a regular basis type. Every dude ain't the buying you bags and taking you on vacations type. Every dude not that as far as like the ones that really care about you genuinely, that might not be their type. Some dudes, they more so on some, well, they're gonna come around and make sure everything around you good, and your stomach full, and your food is there, and your toilet work, and shit like
everything.
that. Other men, they might be a combination, but the thing is, you can't dictate to somebody else what kind of gifts they give you. You gotta let them love you based on their love style, not the other way around. And this is why I tell people, right? And I haven't spoken about this a lot on my channel, but you can't just speak one love language. You will never really be able to communicate in a relationship if you only know your own love language that you like to love.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Like,
Smack
you
on.
get no,
Goodness gracious.
you ain't getting nowhere. So it's like if you 30 to 35 and you haven't realized something as simple as that, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have major problems. And if you're the type that you demanding on gifts, listen, you're gonna find yourself by yourself. Like, real talk. Like, I don't see how you think a gift is genuine.
I mean, what about the dude that's actually doing the gifts and doing the planning and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like the guy that comes in and it's like, well, yeah, he does that.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not knocking guys that they go all out and they're extra generous. I'm not knocking that. But a lot of times when guys are extra generous too early, they usually get their heart broken by bitches that don't really appreciate that shit. And then they be saying, but I did everything right. And then the chick like, but you didn't do this over here though. I know you did all of that, but you didn't do this. Because an immature female is an immature female. It don't matter when you start showering her with anything. She immature.
So would you say, all right, so what about the whole concept of being intentional about love? Would you say that those things are incorporated with that?
Two things can be true at the same time, right? Like, you can be intentional about a relationship and love, right? Because that's not money based. And you can also be intentional when it comes to setting your life up to function with somebody, which is primarily based in money and investments. So you can do two things at the same time. That's not a problem. But it has to be tailored to your circumstance and their circumstance. If you 30, no children, and you meet a guy who's 34, no children, the way y'all function together is going to be different than a chick who's my age, 43, with kids, grown kids, and then you want more kids, and let's say you 45 and you want a child and you don't have no children, and then there's money issues because of whatever reason. Y'all gonna function a lot different than the younger people that don't have nothing in front of them. So, like, at the end of the day, neither one is better than the other one, but you gotta, at 43 with 3 kids, you can't expect to function like a 23-year-old with no kids. It's not the same.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I even know that myself, even being 42, I can't function how when I was even 30. It's just different now, you know, and that's what we call growing and moving with the times. And those who don't get left behind, and that's just what it is, low point blank period. And so we, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these are the things we talk about. But with that being said, I don't know. You got any final thoughts before we go ahead and get ready to go ahead, chill out? You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost midnight. You know, I want you to get your rest and everything. I want to make sure that you know, get adequate sleep.
I'll say, O'Shea, you fucked up. You fucked up.
Oh man. Okay, everybody. So that was Lola's final words. I would definitely say, once again, thank you, everybody and anybody who tunes in. It's always appreciated. Never be shy to leave your comments, drop your thoughts, come up to the panel anytime that you do have time or feel like it. Again, this space is a space that I like to design and create for those of us of like mind and those of us who like to tap in, right? Those of us who like to expand our thoughts, and there's no judgment over here. And that's something that I love. And I'm really feeling comfortable getting into my niche, as we would say. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody. I digress. My mic is muted. Lola, I'm gonna go ahead and send you off. I got you, fam. I'm gonna send you off, and I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here too. Okay now. And of course, I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family.
I gotta keep going. 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 I don't half step cause I know the full truth. The devil cooking, he don't know that I could cook too. When life give me pressure, I still show the good fruit. I treat it like my last rep and I just push through. I don't believe in failure cause I can't afford it. And if it ain't meant for me, then I ain't about to force it. I think about the victory and trigger my endorphins. The mission too important, ain't no way I could abort it. So I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going.
I be posted up in my whip, riding through the nightlife. City lights shine bright, guns spark, gunfight. Bullets fly, niggas die, baby mama stay crying. One thing that I learned, don't buck unless you packin' iron. Even then you gotta use it, otherwise face the music. Niggas come around loafing, get your cantaloupe it open like a snake to his prey. Homeboy, I stay focused, leave you colder than a cobra, bolder than a bowl of soldiers. You don't wanna whip my folks, I'm rolling with the coldest rollers. All by myself with my whole city on my shoulders. No flames, no rain, no pain, no game, turn champagne to cocaine. My city's under siege, man. Cops cock block to the point we can't breathe, man. From 95 to 05, still ripping like it ain't no thing. From change to change, we still the same. Laugh now, but it's a shame. It's funny how I reach your brain. I'm twisted while I'm switching lanes. I'm focused now, I'm in the game. I'm on the track just like a train. Like Pac, I'm here to bring the pain. Let's hustle hard and get this change.